Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance, where last time we took on German Knight and we did win, but it came at quite a cost in terms of time and energy to do. But now we need to find out a little bit more about what's going on with these fake Grushin that's kind of going around the country, and we need to go to a certain part of Sasau and see who works with copper and see if we can find out a little bit more. I'm just going to have something to eat on the way here. The quality of these apples is not spectacular. We're going to have to get rid of these bread rolls and cabbages because these are now a bit too past their date to eat, so to speak. So we get to drop all that food on the floor, leave it for the horses, I guess. Get on Pebbles here, and we're off to find out what's going on. Let's not run over the guard, as I think we accidentally did last time. It's the crack of dawn, so we might be able to get to what... I mean, the sun's kind of already risen, but we might get to see some pretty nice views as time goes on. Good to go past Teresa, although unfortunately I don't know if Teresa has any more quests. I know that there's a DLC quest that could potentially be done, but in terms of the rest of the quest, I think there's nothing more with Teresa to do. Now let's just have a quick look at the map and see how we want to get over to Sasau. We could just fast travel, which might not be the worst thing in the world, to get over to that general area. Hopefully we don't encounter anyone too troublesome en route as we pass through Ledechko? I'm really not good at my Eastern European pronunciation. I should be, but I'm not. There's one thing that's always passed me by. Right. Not far away, which is good. Into Sasau we go. And now we need to speak to some blacksmiths in the area, or some, I suppose really more some kind of miners in the area, because they'll be the ones that actually provide the metal. I think we can also speak to Ulrich while we're here, which wouldn't be a terrible thing to do, because I think we kind of made our peace with Ulrich at the end of last episode, and he sees us as having kind of similar interests. So I think we need to go and speak to him first, and that will be over at B if I remember correctly. Yeah, speak with Ulrich. Let's find out what he's kind of discovered and go from there. Something a little bit more assess out as we go. I don't think we'd kind of learn much. But over to Sasau Inn, which is where I believe Ulrich is staying. Of course, we have been to the inn before. Should be over here somewhere. There he is. I can see him on the table. Looks like we're a little bit hungry, but there's a pot here we should be able to eat from. Yeah, eat from pot, and that will solve all our food issues, which would be good. Excellent, and hello there, Ulrich. Good to see you again.
What did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the the other part?
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Okay, so it sounds to me like the monastery might be the place who are causing all these fakes to enter circulation. One thing I find frustrating about this game is the audio levels. Sometimes the audio levels of the voices of characters when they're saying their lines can either be very, very loud or extremely quiet. And there doesn't always seem to be a kind of regular balance of the two. Which is something I wish that they could work on, but you know, now that KC2 is out, I don't think it's going to happen. But you know, these are just little bugbears. But I still love this game in general. Right, I'm just going to speak to this chap. It appears to be very close by. Talk to the Moscow fresco painter. Question is, where is the Moscow fresco painter? Is he right here? Is it this guy here? Oh, it is. Hello there, sir.
My respects to you.
My respects to you. Quicksilver.
You've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
Who's talking about the goods?
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
What do you need quicksilver for?
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
What do you have for
Why
sale?
not? Show me what you have to offer.
May the Lord watch over you.
Tavern Life 2, treasure map, wine. I'll take this Tavern Life 2, but I'm going to haggle it. I'm not paying full price for that.
Can we do something about the price?
Well, we can try it.
Because 165 groschen is quite a lot of money. 135, he's not going to accept that, but we'll see.
Come now. Just a little more and we have a deal.
He's gone to 150, I'll go to 145.
Aye, for that amount I can be persuaded.
It's also useful just to get some additional reputation in the area as well. Now, do we pick that up? Let's read it. Oh, we actually have to study this. Okay, we'll come back to that. At a later stage. I'm guessing now we probably need to go... Yeah, we need to go to speak to the overseer. Fine. So that'll probably be just at the monastery up the road, I would imagine.
Yeah.
This one up here, the one I was commenting on last time I was riding by it. Hopefully they let me in. I imagine they're not going to be too thrilled to have me coming around doing investigations, but we'll have to see. Right. Hello there, sir. You're just a guard. That's fine. I'm guessing we need to go upstairs to the overseer's office, which should be somewhere. Are you the overseer? You are the overseer. Hello there.
God be with you.
God be with you. Quicksilver.
I'm looking for some quicksilver. Would you have any on hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with such trivial matters.
Fine, thank you.
Very well.
Good luck to you.
Overseer's hand.
Good day to you.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
Just myself.
I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Let's try our persuasion thing before we go into kind of any kind of aggressiveness.
Can't you? In the Sasau monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me. I wonder what people would have to say about that.
We have no quicksilver because none has arrived. Get it? None. May the Lord watch over you.
That's annoying. Can we try again?
Listen, about that quicksilver.
I've already told you. I've none to sell you.
Oh, we might be able to influence him with kind of being intimidation. It looks like he's not very good at that, so don't lie to me.
Tell me this instant what you've done with the goods.
Nothing. And I'd advise you to calm down. We're on hallowed ground.
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground, a lying thief in monastic robes. What next? A whore dressed as a nun?
This is blasphemy.
I'll give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what our Lord did to the money changers in the temple.
What do you mean? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a reason to.
Jesus. But I didn't know anything about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear, I wouldn't normally do anything like that.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon, directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night it was, without a crest, armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How do you get the quicksilver to
How
them?
did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
And what do they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery, that they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then.
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well. Thank you.
Take care now.
Right. So we need to investigate that area. He's been leaving the stuff. Just hit ourselves on the way down. And we need to speak to Master Fairfair. What is the closest? Let's speak to... We're probably closest to seeing where the materials are handed over, and that would give us another thing to speak to Master Fairfair about, so we'll do that, I think. That seems eminently sensible. Although I'm somewhat expecting a fight. So I need to have my wits about me. I still don't entirely trust that German knight. I've forgotten his name now. But we'll have to see how this goes. Going cross country is always a little bit dangerous because you don't know what you're going to encounter. And sometimes you need to make a quick getaway. But we'll see if we can make this work. And then we'll go and speak to Master Fairfair afterwards. Hi buddies. I don't suppose you guys are going to be a problem, are you? I'm sure you are. Right. You guys a problem. Look, I just want to talk. You guys look heavily armoured. Hello, Mr. Bandit. Why are you just sitting around?
Just sitting around. Why not? Admiring the view. People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Fair enough, but do you know some called Rapota?
Rapota, you say? Rapota. Nope, I can't hear any bells ringing at all.
You know what? Ignorance is bliss.
Is bliss. Wise words. Really? You've missed your vocation. You should have been a preacher.
These guys look heavily armoured. I'm going to go the other way. Sometimes it's good to know when you're probably going to be beaten. Let's just leave. Go speak to Master Fairfair. Presumably if we actually kill them, they would actually provide some additional clues. I'm just not sure we would be that successful. So for that reason, we're going to leave. Besides, we always know where they are. We can always go back at a later stage. Or even, we might be able to get some help from kind of Sir Radzig or someone to go to on those bandits if we need to. Right, let's follow the path round. This feels like a rather big quest, like with lots of kind of moving elements to it. Hopefully we don't end up being skewered by the end of it. Over the path we go. Ulrich is still there. I remembered his name now. The German knight. I still don't particularly trust him. But we'll have to see. He doesn't seem to be doing anything too out of the ordinary for the time being, at least. Okay. That woman just disappeared in front of us. I'm also going to just wash myself, because I don't know if I'm still bloody. But if I am, it'd be useful to not be. Although sometimes blood can be useful when trying to intimidate someone. But we'll do that, because that'd be useful. Just to appear presentable. Because this game takes it all very, very seriously indeed. It's one of those proper RPGs. Right. Open the door. He should be inside here somewhere. Bailiff Tobias Faith. Hello there.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Counterfeiters.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
I have, but I didn't find anything interesting.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapota.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Check out the engraving workshop. Can do that. And don't cause any issues or alarms along the way. So back to the monastery we go. To and fro. Thankfully it's not far, you can just see in the distance over there. Across the bridge. I suspect there's something deeper going on behind the scenes that we're not quite aware of. But I'm sure that will become clear as time goes on. Ooh, pebbles. We're not actually going to the monastery, we're going to the kind of surrounding area. Somewhere around here, it seems. Could eat from their fire. Why not? Hopefully it doesn't make us too kind of overstuffed. I'm guessing it's in here somewhere. Open the door. Now where are you? You might be upstairs somewhere. So up the ladder we go. You're over the other side, that's helpful. Hello there, Master Jerome.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Jesus Christ be praised.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
Do you work here alone?
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone. Which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague. Or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high. Or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
Tell me about Florian.
Like your apprentice, Florian.
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest. As though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I've got a message for him. That's nice and
I have a
nondescript.
message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you.
That's very helpful. And does he have any enemies?
Do you have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bath maid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Very well, you've been very helpful, thank you.
I'll leave you to your work.
Take care now.
Very helpful indeed. Right, back down the stairs we go. Pebbles, you're still here, good. So who do we want to speak to first? Maybe we talk to the Madam of the Baths and go from there. So that we know why Florian was acting strangely. I think that makes general sense. So I think that was B. We're stuck in someone's poor allotment, we're just running it over. We need to get out of this allotment area. It's proving a little troublesome for Pebbles. There we go. Back on the main road. Good. Over the river. I know the bath house is somewhere down here because we frequented it some time ago. You presumably the madam of the bathhouse. Yes, you're the proprietor.
Greetings.
Greetings. What do you need? I don't need to use the services at the moment. Florian.
With apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
Oh, what happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
I'll try to find out.
Take care.
Right. So that's suggesting to me that obviously Esther and Florian had something going. And I would imagine that maybe Esther was kidnapped in order to make Florian steal the stamp to make this to make the forged coins is my guess. Anyway, we discovered the baker. Let's go say hello to Florian if he's here, alive, or very drunk indeed. We'll have to see. Should be in here somewhere. This is technically a private area, but hopefully we can go in without too much issue. Hello. You have some nice looking pretzels. Oh, could steal. There's so much food I could steal. But no, that's fine. Speak to the baker quickly, actually.
God be with you.
God be with you.
Need anything?
No, I was going to see if she had anything to talk about. Oh no, that's a lockpick. Sorry, don't want to do that. So how do we get into his accommodation? There must be some around here. Maybe somewhere on the outside. Possibly here. This will be Florian, won't it? Yes. Close the door. Make sure no one hears us unnecessarily. Hello there, sir.
God be with you.
You don't look sick.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
Is it... Let's try be friendly. Is it because of the girl?
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
I thought that might be the case. I am sorry.
Sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
If there's like 6 or 7 of them, I'm not going to be able to take them out. If they did their heels, we'll never see Esther again.
I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people. As soon as they get wind of something, they'll be out of here and Esther will be gone with them.
If Rapiter finds I've told you anything, they'll kill her.
Not if I catch Rapiter first. He's here in town, isn't he?
Yes, he is. They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapiter. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Where is Rapiter?
Where will I find Rapiter?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
And hand over the...
How did you hand over
Hand over the punch die.
Rapiter waited for me behind the church. I didn't want to give it to them without seeing Esther first.
And did they let you?
Yes, although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the Skalitz Hills. My poor Esther, they'd scared her half to death.
So at least you know she's alive.
Who knows? It was a while ago. And they never let her go, even after I did what they wanted. They said they'd be needing more.
More punch dice?
They wear out over time. And they have to be replaced regularly.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Go. I hope you get revenge. Take care.
Right, let's go see if we can find Rapota, however you say his bloody name. So, how are we going to do that? Roberto will be following Florian on his way to work and back, apart from which he often sits on the market square and watches Florian's house. Okay. Well, if we follow him from a distance, that'd be okay. That lady just stood up. But she may just be an alehouse maid. You might be someone. Let's just keep an eye. One of you two might definitely be Rapota. Hello, buddy. You're just a townsman. You've got a sword. There's Rapota. Hello.
Are you Rapota by any chance?
Rapota.
Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well, I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
For you to have a bath, because you look like you haven't had one for about 3 years. I know you buy quicksilver for the forgers.
I know you buy quicksilver for those counterfeiters.
It seems there's no point making excuses.
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course. That will be the best solution.
So?
He's gonna run.
Let's leave it for another time.
Let's not. No. Come back here. No.
No, I give up.
You give up, you better.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the Skullet's mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Who's your liege lord?
Who's your lord?
Sir Yezhek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Yezhek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Yezhek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
And who are you?
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Yezhek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Yezhek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronov back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
So who's Sir Yezhek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Yezhek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he is.
Very well.
Heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death. I prefer you just kill me here and now.
No, because I don't want to... I don't want to kill you in the town or get a negative reputation. Your dungeon's waiting.
Death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you, and the sort of punishment a counterfeiter deserves. Don't worry. In time, you'll be glad of the gallows.
I can't just let him go either. If I just let him go, he would go back and warn whoever it is we're trying to stop. Thank you, Mr. Guard. I am sorry, but you didn't leave me much choice. Right, onwards to the Scalets Hills. But I would like to speak to Ulrich if possible. Are there pebbles? See if I can get his help for the because he's a skilled fighter. He wants to solve this problem, I believe. I still don't trust him completely, but I'm hoping I can trust him enough, at least to deal with this issue. We'll have to see though. He should still be over at the area just over here by the what's it called? By the inn, the public house. Hello there, Ulrich.
I finally found out where the Forger's workshop is. Master Fayfar was right. The Forgers are sticking close to the supply source. Their workshop is somewhere in the mines. The entrance is on the eastern side of the hill. I've no idea what to expect there, but I'd rather go there with some backup.
I will be glad to give it. Lead on.
Okay. We can definitely do that for sure. But I think... Oh, he's off. No. Let's pause here. I think we'll leave things there. And next time we will take on the mines, because that might start off a whole new section. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.